All right, John here. Welcome back. Today we're going to do another portrait in Procreate, a time lapse here. I'm trying to stay focused on just doing faces right now to make sure that I keep building on my skills, and as I learn new things, I can then immediately apply those to my subject matter. I kind of got distracted for a little while and started doing maybe some landscapes or animals or trees and stuff, and I realized, no, I need to, if I want to progress, I need to stay focused on one thing, as long as it's fun. You know, that's kind of the whole point. So if I get super bored, maybe I'll change it up. But anyway, so this is the first painting that I did that wasn't of a photograph. I did use some reference images to help me with the lighting, but this was one of the first ones that I finished, which kind of just came out of, I don't know, came out of my imagination or the process. And I'm quite proud of that. That was a big step forward for me. So I do have to say that, and you'll see this coming up, the eyes gave me a whole lot of trouble, and we'll get into that in a little bit, because you'll see that whole process unfold. For some reason, I always end up painting these things sort of at like a wide angle or far away, and then I almost always end up cropping them way in onto just the face. So I should probably start thinking about maybe just trying to paint the face in the first place instead of doing like this kind of environmental portrait. This middle part here is really the most terrifying part of the whole thing, because the whole time I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh, I'm not ever going to be able to turn this into anything that looks like a human being. And yeah, that period can last many hours sometimes. So if that happens to you, don't worry, just keep painting, keep drawing, keep rendering, and you'll slowly, morph this thing into something that looks decent. You just have to keep solving the problems that are in front of you. The more frustrating thing is when you don't know what problems you're trying to solve, like when you're looking at it and thinking, this doesn't look good and I don't know why. This is probably the best version of her eyes I ever arrived at, and honestly, they're not very good. I was having a hard time getting the right details and size and everything. It was just not happening for me. So I would break away from those often and then try and do other details with the skin and hair and lips, and that helped keep me focused on the overall drawing, but the eyes never really came around. I'm also learning a lot about nose sizes right now, in that everyone's noses are different sizes, and so it can be hard to decide, like, this person should have a slightly larger nose or a smaller nose. So now you're going to watch me go through, I think, at least 5 or 6 different versions of her eyes. Open and closed, and larger and smaller and longer. Some of these are absolutely terrifying. It's like some kind of demonic monster from the underworld or something. It can get pretty bad in here. So, and I ended up doing it so many times that eventually I decide, okay, I can't do eyes. I need to practice eyes. This is not the painting in which I'm going to be practicing eyes. So we're just going to have them be closed, and we'll draw some eyelashes, and let's move on. I was getting a couple days into this thing, and I was ready to sort of wrap it up. So I have since done a portrait with eyes open, and I'm very happy with the results. So I did kind of finally crack that code, and I'll definitely keep practicing that for sure, because obviously I need it. So yeah, her skin maybe is a little bit blotchy, but I didn't want to do like a ton of smudging or smoothing. I kind of like these to have a little bit of an unfinished, or I don't know, I like that gradation to be a little bit more stark and sharp. I think I think the lines that you get from the brush are really interesting looking. So I haven't quite landed on wherever I'm gonna be there. I think I gotta keep playing with different kind of styles, but overall I'm happy with it. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end. Definitely got more on the way.